Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are going into the third hour of Man, time is flying. The third hour of our Monster
Yeah.
Hearts one shot, and there's danger in the bathroom. Andrew?
Well,
in the bathroom.
okay, so Lenore disappears completely, and does Gavin like run out of the bathroom? He like flushes the toilet and runs.
Yes.
And I think it's like as you're blowing past Lenore, she just like snaps out of existence, basically.
Yeah, you sort of like push through me, and then like you meet resistance like you're pushing a person out of the way, and then I'm just like gone.
Yeah,
And
and just
like
like
the way-
Whether or not Gavin notices
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then let's cut to Micah. And Micah, you smoke, right? Ever since you made the deal with the trickster, you smoke?
Yes, I'm very tense, so I can imagine like getting outside of situations where I might need his help would be relaxing.
Yeah, so like you and Nas are down at the like smoker's corner, which is
Mhm.
like outside the school, right on the
Right off
off the school
campus where
property.
you can smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, and you two are like having a cigarette. And she's talking about like this underground like club she was at on the weekend or something. And fucking Mr. Evans walks up, looking a little lost, to be honest.
Okay. So I was standing there with Nas and having a cigarette and enjoying my time not in the lunchroom. And then Mr. Evans like walks up and I'm just like, teachers don't come over here. We kind of thought it was our like secret like smoking.
No, the teachers
area.
go smoke in the parking lot. They have their own smoking.
They have their own secret smoking area. And so I'm just
And as
like,
far as you know, he doesn't smoke also.
I think I'm gonna be a little shit and I'm gonna offer Mr. Evans, like I see he's looking lost, but I don't really like care too much. And I'm just like, hey Mr. Evans, you want a cigarette? And I like hold up my like pack or whatever. I don't smoke, I don't know.
And he's like, what? Yeah, okay. And he like reaches out, like pulling out of your pack.
And so I'm internally laughing. But I'm keeping my cool, like maybe got a smirk on my face, and I just offer him one, and then I light his cigarette, like while he's just like holding it absentmindedly.
Yeah, and he doesn't start smoking it right away. Like he kind of holds onto it, like as if he like kind of doesn't know it's there. And he's just like, "What? It's a weird day." And then he takes a drag off of the smoke. What?
Oh, he doesn't smoke, so does he like cough or?
I mean, it doesn't seem to bug him.
Okay.
Like he's not bad at it, but it's just like he's kind of like he like has to remember that he's smoking.
Okay.
He's letting it like burn a lot just on its own.
Okay. So Nas and I obviously stop having our conversation about underground clubs.
Yeah, and she's just like, yeah, what the fuck's up with you anyways, to him.
Oh.
I wait for an answer. I'm just
And
like, I got what I
really
wanted
through
from
his
it.
hair, and he's just like, yeah, I mean, what did, and then he looks at Micah and he's just like, what did you do to me?
Me? I
What
didn't
did
do
you
shit
do?
to you. What are you talking about, dude?
That was my thesis.
Huh?
It's gone.
It's not my problem.
What,
You took away his beautiful math.
what do you mean? It's not your problem. I don't know how I know, but it was
So
you.
he knows, he thinks he knows, or he knows that I took his math.
He is convinced.
You've turned him into me.
I've convinced him that I
Tell you
took
what.
his
Tell you
math.
what. You know what? Here, and he has this like clipboard
Mhm.
with like paper. It's just like loose leaf paper and a pencil. He's like, can you just write it out for me? Can you just?
Right, what, Mr. Evans? Do you want me to do your homework?
Look, just please.
I mean, that sounded, that whole "do you want me to do your homework" thing? It sounds like he's shutting him down. Like,
Yeah, I think I'm
Yeah,
shutting him
totally.
down.
But he is like
get the
begging
fuck
you
out of
to
here with your
write
clipboard.
his thesis.
Okay,
Now
because he doesn't
inside
remember
your
it
head.
anymore.
Yeah, because he doesn't know it.
So I have to roll with cold.
Yeah.
All right. All right. This is gonna be good. I can tell. No modifiers. I don't have it. Do I have any strings on him or anything? No.
Oh, tell you what.
Oh dear.
Too late. I was gonna offer
Sorry.
you a deal.
Oh. It's what it is.
Yeah,
So-
and it just gets like really uncomfortable. There is a grown man begging you to like write this thing that he's supposed to know on it, and he just gets like messy and like he's like kind of crying.
Oh god.
He drops the cigarette, and Naz is just like and like walks off, and you're stuck alone.
Naz just leaves me.
This guy, and he at some point, yeah, so NASA's gone, and then like there's a beat where he's like kind of like goes inward, and then he kind of just snaps and like shoves you against this I don't know, it's like the kids all smoke by like a dumpster or something, and he just like shoves you hard into the
Stupid
dumpster.
sexy dumpster teen.
And so yeah, can you like take one harm and
Give me my math back.
Yeah, he's just like, that was supposed to be mine. What did you do? And just like slams you against this dumpster, and you like probably like catch a corner of it on the back of your head, and you're like dizzy. And yeah, and he's like still there, just like shouting at you through the haze of your like, ears ringing.
So he lashed out physically at me?
He just inflicted harm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm basically like, holy shit, Mr. Evans, like, why are you so upset right now? I know that I knew the math, but I guess I didn't realize that meant he didn't. So this is Micah being like, what are you doing? Like, I don't think Micah really cares about the consequences of his actions on other people so much.
Oh, really?
But I'm going to take the opportunity to try and, I guess, calm Mr. Evans down by distracting him. I'm going to turn him on, or try to.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
going to.
so you're gonna have to like explain to me how you're doing.
Yeah, how
this.
does that
A little bit
happen?
more detail than
Okay, well, Mr. Evans is upset. He's really
yeah. And he
upset.
just slammed you
He
against.
just-
So like his hands are on your shoulders.
He just pushed me. I
Yeah.
think. I mean, can't you like? There's physical intimacy here. Like he's right up on me. Like I just like want to basically just like attempt to turn his attention from like his anger and pain more
So
to.
he realizes
like-
that it's hot that he's beating you up.
Yeah, or like you like put a hand on his
It's.
face.
I mean, I think
Could be.
if you want to be subtle about it,
Our school is so
oh, I
queer.
know. I think the thing is, if you want to be subtle about it, the difference between a moan of pain and a moan of pleasure are not that different. If you just
They're
make a
very
sex
adjacent.
noise right now, it'll probably like be enough.
I mean, that's what we're attempting to do. Like maybe
Right,
I like
totally.
try and touch his
Yeah.
face a little bit. Like
yeah, there's like some tender exchange.
Oh no, Mr. Evans,
Violence.
don't.
Mr. Evans, you're so upset right now. You like.
Yeah, he just like
Mr.
feels
Evans.
this
Yeah, no, there's
well of his like
definitely.
physical power over you because
Yeah.
really it was like a flipping, right? Because he felt power hit
Oh,
you.
boy.
Yeah.
Feel like he was in control, and you're just like, oh, you're in control, all right.
Oh, Mr. Evans.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll it. That's great. That's great.
Okay.
Hooray.
So yeah.
If at first you don't succeed,
Try
Whoa.
just
again.
fuck your problem away.
Exactly.
So what happens on a 10 plus for this?
On a 10 up, you take a string against them, and because I mean, I don't know if we're like. Okay, so
He
yeah, I
chooses-
take a
you
string
don't choose
against
his
them.
reaction. That's
Yeah,
the weird
it's
thing about
just that
turning
he
someone on.
turned on.
All that happens is you get a string.
I get a string.
Then he has
against
to
them.
react to the like his own feelings with
And then
Yeah.
I have
shame
mark
or
experience.
acceptance or whatever.
Where do I mark experience? Oh, there we go. Experience.
Okay.
Got it.
Great. So yeah, there's like, yeah, you like touch his face or whatever because he's crying. He was crying
Okay.
or he got violent, and so yeah, and he's like, you know, the clipboard is like on the ground or whatever, and he's just like he turns like bright red, and just kind of like stammers a little bit, just like, look, I'm sorry. I need to go, and just like kind of like half picks up, half drops his clipboard again. And,
Now
like,
my clipboard.
and then just, like clutches it close to his waist level and scurries away, like.
Hide your
Poor
shame,
Mr.
Mr. Evans.
Evans,
Hide your shame.
It's a good thing that Nas left before this happened.
I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
why.
And,
So
you hear like a car door being opened and then shut and a car start, and like
Mr. Evans is just getting out.
he like leaves. And I think that's as good a place as any to cut back to the bathroom,
Uh-huh.
where someone else has been turned on.
Yeah, so I think because we haven't seen me for a hot minute. Are you, Gavin, are you still in the bathroom or did you leave?
I left. Yep.
Okay, cool.
It's just you and Dan in the bathroom. Someone like Lenora came through the stall and then disappeared. I guess she's still in the bathroom.
I think we
Yeah,
cut,
I haven't,
Lenore's
I haven't
there.
moved.
Yeah.
I'm standing in the corner of that stall, like freaked out.
Yeah, I think
probably
the
the world
scene
changes for your perception a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine like I can see myself, but everything else is kind of like a little bit more muted.
everything is blue
like
and
very-
shadowy and you have to
Very
run
sort
back
of
to
like
your
black
corpse.
and white almost. Yeah.
Cool. So like we're seeing this whole scene through Lenore's eyes.
I can see just like the feet of the two people in the stall next to me.
Well, so what I was thinking is that it's like a little bit later, so rather than like cut right back to the moment where Gavin left, it's probably me like washing my face in the sink and the water is all like red.
after. Yeah.
Yeah, the water's red. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So I want to have fed on
Totally.
because I figure what
He was a little
happened
too- for sure.
I figured what happened is that because I'm terrified, when I got startled, I just like leapt at him. I was like, like that was my reaction. Was like, someone's gonna
Time
take
to
my
go.
food away, and I just like grabbed him and started drinking from him. I was gonna play it
Yeah,
cool,
'cause
but it
he
was
would've-
just like,
He would have been about to bolt as
Yeah.
soon as Lenore like passed through you. Yeah. Best you
totally.
not remember that.
Yeah, like rattlesnake strike, just grab
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
So I got to roll when I feed on someone.
Oh god, it would be like Lenore crashing through you and then you suddenly crashing back through Lenore, but then going for his neck.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Oh,
it
and then
very
just
confusing.
like, ugh.
So when I feed on blood, if it's the first time that person's ever been fed on, we both mark experience. He's an NPC, so he doesn't get any tough luck.
He's an experienced NPC now.
When you feed, you choose two. I can heal one harm, carry one forward, and they don't die. So I'm not gonna kill Dan. I'll choose they don't die, and I'll carry one forward because I'm not harmed.
Great.
So I'm kind of like we see me like washing my face and I like lift my head and I like toss my hair back and kind of like slick it back. I don't have my
You look
glasses
so
on,
good.
but I look way more normal now. Like my
Yeah.
eyes aren't that kind of
Oh.
like sickly like weird pink color.
Adam.
Yeah.
While you're doing this, like you're sort of like washing up, I'm like standing behind you,
Mhm.
and I realize that you see me like do things that people shouldn't be able to do,
Mhm.
and though I'm kind of weirded out and stuff is strange, I'm like trying to sort of pat you on the shoulder, but my hand is just like straight through,
Yeah.
So Corey was cleaning his face with hot water though, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it's a small bathroom that had just been hotboxed. So yeah, there's like steam on the mirror.
Mhm.
If you want to write an ominous message in the
What's
steamy
funny
mirror.
what's funny is we can't see me in the mirror either because I'm a
Yeah,
vampire.
exactly. So it's
Yeah.
just like this
The
perfect
room is
blank-
empty.
yeah.
So,
All we
so
see
I,
in the mirror is Dan in the stall, like slumped into the corner with like a little bit of a stain on his collar.
Mhm.
So I reach out like with one finger, like I'm standing sort of next to you where you are while you're doing this, and I sort of start writing on the mirror with my index finger, and it ends up basically reading something weird is going on.
Yeah, and you just hear the like skirt.
Mhm. Are you trying to do anything other than just communicate something to
I'm just
me?
I'm trying to get you to notice that something is happening because I feel like I might be dying, like actually dying, you know? Like
Don't
and
be,
and I add like underneath, once you've seen it, you see, if you're looking at it, you would see show up like in capitals like help. You know?
I think before you start to write that part, like you write something weird is going on, and I like interrupt. I like lean over and I write "no shit" on the mirror, like with an
Yeah, it's like a
exclamation
little
mark.
note in the corner.
I just like scribble "no shit," And I turn around, and I'm probably like face to face with you, but I can't see or perceive you. And then I step through you towards back towards Dan.
Yeah, you feel a little chill, Corey.
Now, do I
Like,
know? Do I know
You were so
Lenore?
warm just now, and then it's cold.
Do I know Lenore is a ghost? Is that a thing that I'm aware of?
I mean, you would be now, basically.
Sure. So it's like a superstition or a suspicion confirmed sort of situation.
Yeah, I feel like it probably is. I mean, you and me have been at this school together for like a couple of years, probably.
Right.
Longer than you should have been, both of you.
Yeah, probably.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So yeah, you thought something was up with me more than likely, and now you see me go through walls and just generally act strangely.
Yeah, so I take a step into the stall where Dan is kind of like sitting on the toilet with like blood on his collar, like kind of like looking dazed, because I need to deal with him. I need to hypnotize him so he doesn't remember this. But I address the room. I'm talking to you, Lenore. I address the room and I'm like, I'll get to you in a second, Patrick Swayze. And I like kneel down where Dan is, and like I don't feel like I want to, and obviously because you put the condition on me, Micah, I want to confirm with you, but I feel like feeding his like I'm not terrified anymore. I feel like that's a thing. Like I've moved past that condition, but it's up to you if you want that still to be like simmering for me.
And the threat was around whether or not you would fuck it up. So
Yeah.
maybe does that seem fair, Fleeting?
Yeah, I definitely think like the terrified thing was just like terrified of having a situation like the one before,
Right.
you know?
Okay.
Yeah,
And
so we've
obviously
moved
that
past
has
that.
not yet happened.
Okay.
But I also think like isn't Elf's darkest self escaped when someone acknowledges her
They
presence?
have to acknowledge how much they want Lenore to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
So saying like "fuck off, Lenore" does not help me.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
like
okay.
hold on.
Yeah, the
Okay,
whole
so
like
I
no
know-
shit comment doesn't rate.
Yeah, sadly.
So
Okay.
I crouch down and I like take Dan's like face in my hand and get him. I'm like, hey, and like kind of slap him a little, get his
Dan's
attention.
like, oh, that was strong stuff.
Yeah, and then I look him in the eyes and
Yeah, and he's like blinking.
yeah, and I wanna get in his head and fuck with his memory of what happened.
Great, it's all yours.
So-
Gates are open.
Yeah, so let me roll to hypnotize this guy. Okay. No. So I
So,
fail.
Sorry, your goal here was
I wanted to hypnotize him so that he the command or whatever, the reason that I'm hypnotizing him is just to change what he remembered. Not that he like got high with me and then I bit him for some reason.
Yeah, you just wanted to like forget that part.
I wanted to just change the memory up so that he would be too like embarrassed to tell anybody. I wanted to replace it with the like, yeah, and then we totally made out.
So it's we got high and then made out in a bathroom.
That's what I wanted, but then I rolled a 6. So
Can I offer something?
yeah.
Oh,
The command-
happy to hear it. Happy to hear it.
The command might well have been overheard or at least intercepted slightly by a big hairy guy standing outside the bathroom, like the bathroom door, like after he closed it behind him, like next to the lockers, just like fanning himself a little bit after the awkwardness of the situation.
Yeah, you know how. So okay, here I got it. So Dan, as soon as you like do this to him, Corey, Dan just like shakes out of it, right, and is like suddenly sober.
Yeah.
And just like he's like stands up and like pats you on the shoulder, but is like not making eye contact with you anymore, and just like walks out of the bathroom. And as he's walking out, Gavin, you just hear him say like, "We got high, and then we made out. He didn't bite me." And then he like is just like walking down the hall,
And
and
then
he
just go tell a bunch of people that.
you hear it
doesn't
like
he
trail
have
off.
like blood on his collar too? You
Yeah,
said?
he's got like a little red stain, or like an orange, kind of like yellow orangey stain. And yeah, you hear him like say this, and then it just like starts repeating, and then he repeats it, and so like trailing off as he walks down the hall, you just hear this.
I also
Oh,
definitely,
God.
I also definitely heard him say this when he got up, right? Like,
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
So he did hypnotize him, but not subtly enough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I want to catch up.
Yeah, what does Gavin do? You're gonna go catch up with
Um,
Dan?
Yeah, like I hear it once, and I'm like, that's really strange. But,
And then you hear it again.
and then I hear it
And then
again.
again.
Yeah, and then like kind of with like long loping strides, I kind of like get up behind him, and I go to like touch his shoulder and then realize that actually I don't want to ever touch people or them to touch me. So, like, Dan, hi.
He's like turns around. He's like, "Oh, hi. How's it going, Gavin?"
Yeah, yeah, I'm
You wouldn't
good.
bite my neck, would you?
No, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I must have cut myself shaving. Did you like that shaving kit I gave you?
I did. Yeah, that's.
I mean, I didn't want it to come off the wrong way or anything. It's just, like, I mean, I get like, he makes some reference to like whatever he's like, yeah, my family, we all get, it's like, it's cool. I get it. But just like, yeah, you're just so good because you don't bite people.
No,
You're just a good person.
did is everything all right with Corey?
Everything's great. Everything's great with Corey. Corey's great. I'm great. I don't know why you would be worried or asking about him. Just, yeah, forget about it. Glad you like the shaving kit. That's great.
Yeah, it is great.
Didn't bite me. And he walks off.
Okay. Yeah, I'm confused again, but I'll
Yeah,
stop.
like, he seems confused. He seems like brittle and really upset and like something has gone unhinged.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. How do I deal with that? Like, that's not a thing that I can do. That's not emotions. That's hard. That seems
Yeah, I
confusing.
mean, there's clearly a responsible party who has a body that you could crush in your hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If you're into that.
loiter in the hallway because there's like Corey's got to come out sometime, and maybe I'll get something more interesting out of him.
Yeah,
I
so
think-
what's up with Corey?
I think that I'm heading back from the whatever dumpster area, and I would like to attempt to
So you come
find
in,
Corey
there's
as
a
well.
doors down at the end of this hallway. The bathroom is like in the middle. Gavin has walked off chasing Dan over this way. And so you two, like, Gavin, if you turn back towards the bathroom, you see Micah at the other end of the hall. And then, so we see you two like see each other. And then we cut to Corey in the bathroom, like with the steamy mirror, like no shit in the corner. What does Corey do?
I'm done. Dan's left, and I've done my job.
As soon as you start leaving without talking to me, I like throw a toilet roll at your head.
Right? Yeah. So I like turn around, I look, and I kind of like just address the empty room. I'm like, what?
I have like no way to communicate. We're in a bathroom. There's very little I can like touch.
Turn
No,
all
and to
this-
get that toilet paper off the thing, there was this like loud plastic shattering sound as you pull it out of the like, enclosed roll thing. Because you can like you pass through
as
that,
soon
you
as-
just grab the
as-
toilet roll. And,
Yeah. As soon as you go, what? I turn all the faucets on. Like,
yeah. So it's just like, and there are like 3 sinks in this bathroom. And they're just on like full blast, and there's water going everywhere and like steam filling the room again.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm actually like up in your face going like, hello? Can you see me? No? Okay.
so outside, Gavin, if you're still listening, you can hear me like shouting at nobody.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
I'm
everyone in the hall can definitely hear.
What?
So I guess like if I'm walking down the hallway, is Gavin like walking towards me? Like, are we like gonna meet in the middle sort of thing?
Oh, you are so many rungs above me on the totem pole. I'm not even going to try and make eye contact. I'm going to pretend I'm tying my shoes 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So
All
there's
right.
like awkward
I see like at the very end of the hall, Dan like
He like
walking.
rounds the corner
away,
he's gone,
and
you
the
hear
only other
just
person-
this little bit of like, didn't bite me. Yeah.
Is the only other person in this hallway Gavin that I have to talk to?
Yeah, you feel like the end of lunch bell is gonna ring like any second now.
So if the only person here is Gavin, I'm gonna be like, did you see Corey? Like if you're trying to tie your shoe, I'm just gonna like address you directly. Did you see Corey?
Yeah. I saw Corey.
Where was he?
He's in the bathroom still.
And then I just like push past you and go into the bathroom.
Aw.
Meanwhile, while I've still got a little bit of fog on the mirror, because, well, I mean, that's gonna fade pretty soon with me running cold faucets, not thinking and just panicking. I'm gonna write Mr. Evans' classroom.
Mm. And
So Micah walks in the door and just sees Mr. Evans' classroom written across this like huge mirror that like spans all 3 sinks. There's like this one big mirror.
I'm gonna assume that Corey did that.
And then
Because
yeah,
I have
Corey's
no
standing
idea that there's someone else in here. I'm like, Corey, what the fuck did you do?
And it's like loud in here. There's like the faucets all running.
Yeah, like what is this? This is obviously a mess. This is not.
I mean, yeah, like the faucets are all like on, and you're shouting at me, and Lenore is doing her moaning Myrtle act. But none of that to me is as like loud or present or clear as the like rushing of blood in my ears, right? Like I've just fed.
But you're on.
I'm full of the like
super-
divine power of blood.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna gaze into the abyss. I want to know. I want to know what's going on here. Like I'm gonna. I'm gonna
Going to intuit the fact.
Yeah, I'm gonna consult with my vampire powers. I'm gonna use Auspex, and see what
Do
happens.
it.
Okay.
So I'm imagining this is like all the white noise, kind of like crystallizing into.
I'm bad at this to begin with.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's all this like white noise from the faucets running, and you like hear Micah shouting at you, but it's really muffled.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not important. There's nothing there, and like you're vaguely aware of like behind you, there's like this little girl, just like throwing a fit.
Mm-hmm.
And this like there's this vague sense of like a chill behind you, but you're so far above it, you're like radiating this heat, this power, and you're looking at Micah and you can see these like fulminating black like filaments running from like Micah's fingertips and shoulders and like his spine, and he's kind of like suspended slightly in air by them.
Mm-hmm.
As he's like shouting at you. And you can see that they lead to someone else who's actually in control.
Right.
And maybe at the bathroom door, as it's like swinging open and then shut one last time, you see this like weird emaciated figure who's also like the smoky black, like fulminating, and they have 5 eyes. This like blank spherical head.
Yeah. Okay. So I turn around and I'm looking. I'm just like looking past you, Micah, at something, just kind of like staring absently while the water is like running out onto the floor.
All right. So you're not responding to me, and the scene is obviously not like everything went well. It's a mess.
Yeah.
There's toilet paper on the ground, and, like overflowing sinks, and like something about Mr. Evans on the thing. So I'm gonna I want to get you to snap out of it.
How do you do that?
I would smack him in the face.
Cool. If you want to really hurt him, you can give the trickster a strain.
That's what really hurt me.
I don't know. Like, I feel like me and Corey have like an understanding. At least we have like a mutual, we don't want to get like fucked with understanding. We helped each other out. I don't think I would actually want to really hurt him.
Yeah, it just involves like some casual like face punching between
Casual
Yeah.
face punching.
This is just everyday face punching. That's fine too. That's okay. But there's like this feeling, so you're gonna like hit him in the face, and like
he's not responding to
winding
me.
up. Yeah, as you're winding up to like slap him or whatever, there's this feeling of like you've gone back like 2 ticks. You go back like 5. Like you could really ratchet it up and be way stronger if you wanted to. If you would just like, surrender a little. You know it's there. There's like this feeling of this potential that's untapped, and then you can just hit him normally, and it's fine.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't need to go that far with yet.
While this is happening, I want to be like, nobody can see me, so what I'm doing is irrelevant, really. But right in between these two, I'm like, because I've tried to get Corey's attention and he's just being an asshole, you know? So Mike is standing here and I'm standing in front of him going, please see me. See me. Say something, anything, and then just punch, just like...
Yeah. You're
like-
slapping me, right?
I'm just
okay.
like it's just like snap out of it, not like a harmful snap.
I mean, this is the thing where you slap me, my like head twists sideways, and we see the side of my head, my little earring like swinging. And when I turn my head back, my fangs are out, and I just throw myself at you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to hurt you. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
just hit
for
me,
sure.
and I'm in like, attack mode.
Do it. Come at me, bro.
I will.
Oh,
I'm not very good at volatile. I got I hit 5 experience, so I took an advancement. I just bumped my hot up by 1.
Great. You're so hot right now.
Okay, I mean, we'll see. Let's see how we lash out here. Now I can use a string for this, like before or after.
Yeah,
right?
to add to your roll.
I have some.
Absolutely.
Let me find the thing about strings. Here we
Yeah,
go.
what page is that on? I want to like bookmark it.
It's 25 and 26.
Okay, great.
Here we go. So choose after rolling. Okay. Okay, I don't need to. Yeah. So cool. Yeah, I got a 7 to 9 on
I'll lash out physically.
lashing out. Yeah.
So you harm them, but choose one. So they either gain a string on you or deal 1 harm to you for free if they want to. Third option. If they want you to, you can become your darkest self.
Right, and my darkest self is everyone is my pawn or my plaything. You hurt them and make them vulnerable for sport like a cat does with a mouse. You feed to the point of death whenever you're alone with someone.
Ooh.
You can escape your darkest self when you're put in your rightful place by someone more powerful than you.
So does Lenore count as a person in this room if she's invisible and can't affect anything?
well,
Sure don't.
I think that I can affect stuff, but I think
I can affect stuff.
I think that Corey is aware that I'm here, you know?
Oh yeah, he knows now. That's
Yeah.
that.
So
you're there.
if they want to, you become your darkest self.
No,
So
I decide. You take one.
That's
You take
fine.
another. You take another harm. And I think it's part of it is like you banged your head on the dumpster, right? So like I
Yeah.
could smell your blood when you came in.
yeah.
So yeah, you hit me. I turn around, I just hiss and like throw myself at you, knock you to the ground, and you take another harm. And let's see, 7 or 9, harm them but choose 1. They gain a string on you. They can deal 1 harm to you. Are you fighting back? What are you doing? Like if you're fighting back, I think you can deal a harm to me. But if you're just like trying to protect yourself from me, I'll become my darkest self instead.
I think I want you to become your darkest
Okay.
self.
Cool.
So I think that I'm like, what the hell, like Corey, and I'm just trying to not get hurt anymore because I'm protecting my head because I did get hurt and stuff. So yeah, I want you to become your darkest self.
Okay, cool. Well, even though I just fed, I'm gonna try to feed on you. So I'm like, you're on the ground, and there's like puddles of water. Your back is all like wet already, and I'm basically like just like wrestling with you, trying to like get my fangs in your neck.
Well, if you're going to do that, then I'm going to call on my dark power to like get you to calm the shit down. Like I want to have control over you.
This might be a very, very quick darkest self.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, the only thing I could think of that's more powerful than me might be the Infernal's master. So
Yeah, so I'm going to use strings attached, and I'm going to call on the dark power to give me control of this situation.
That's what you really, really want control of this situation. Now, let's be a little
Yes.
more specific here because
I want control of
By the
Corey.
way,
He's been messing shit up for us since whatever happened with the church people trying to feed on the wrong person. And I feel like we were both in a bad situation in that instance. But in this instance, he's just effing stuff up and he knows more about me than he ought to. So I want control of him so that he doesn't mess stuff up for me.
Okay,
Hey, Blue
sorry.
Jay. Hey, Blue Jay. Before you make that roll,
Mm.
I'll spend a string and give you an experience point if you let me bite you.
What does that do?
You'll get
if
2
you
experience
feed
because we
off-
both mark experience. I just drink your blood and I heal.
Except for you're your darkest self, so you'd kill me.
No, because I'm not alone. I only do that if I'm alone.
Okay, so Lenore in this instance counts as not being alone.
Well, and I think in this instance, this would be a good opportunity to bring Lenore back to life, back to reality, because you so desperately want Lenore to be there. So I don't drink your blood until you die.
But she doesn't know I'm there.
I
So
have
she
no
can't
idea.
make that kind
or
of.
maybe some part of
Well,
me
I
does,
mean-
right?
I mean, my plan was I was gonna go like while this fight is happening. As soon as that first hit goes off, I leave. I
Okay.
rattle down the lockers
Yeah, I
like
imagine all the locks going ting,
like
ting,
all
ting,
the
ting,
locks
ting,
going
ting.
ting 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 all the way down to exactly where Gavin is.
Okay, so let's that definitely is happening. But like, can you want some experience points? You'll get 2. I'll get 1. I'll lose a string on you, and I get to drink your blood.
But now we're alone.
I don't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know that.
I'm assuming that she's still there.
Further to all of this, the trickster is going to have their say. So
I mean, I already I don't know. Like you're offering me an experience point to what? Not call on the dark power?
Yeah, and I like to let me drink your blood. Come on, it'll be fun. It's hot. You'll like it, I promise.
I don't think
I'll be
so.
gentle.
I think that I want my dark power to intervene and
yeah, Micah's already
stop
given
being
himself
such a
over.
little shit because you're a little shit. That's your thing right
Okay.
now.
Oh, but it would have been good. We would have all got experience
No.
points.
No, you don't get another experience points. I get to talk to my trickster god and
All right.
All right, here's the deal.
mm,
So you want control over Corey, huh?
yes,
Yeah. Well, the trickster knows how to make that happen.
the trickster does.
They know what Corey really wants.
And what does the trickster? How does the trickster communicate to me while I'm calling out for help?
So you're like, "Ugh," and you see Corey like going for your neck like a fucking wolf pouncing on something, and then it just time stops.
Okay.
And it's just like everything has stopped fully. You're like kind of there's like maybe like a centimeter or 2 of water on the floor that you're like immersed in, and you can like feel this like chill on your back.
Okay.
And you just hear like sploosh, sploosh,
Footsteps.
sploosh.
For all our American viewers, that's about 1/3 of an inch.
About a third of an inch. And then this like this silhouette of a figure like leans in, and like they're just like complete blackness, but human figure just is like over you and like leans down and just like, oh, Micah,
Mm,
I was working somewhere else, but I'm here now to help you out.
so I am not like frozen or anything. I'm just, if time is frozen, but I can still
Oh,
like.
you can't move
can't
except
move.
your eyes. You're like fully paralyzed.
Okay, I'm.
And the
fucking
figure's
freaked
just
out.
like, so I'll tell you what. This one's being a bit of a problem, but his type, they only really want one thing. All you need to do is control the tap that he drinks from. It could be you, and I'll make sure that you always have something to give him.
Give me your sweet.
So never be.
And then he just like is gone. And you have like 2 or 3 seconds to like think about whether or not you accept it, where he's just like not there, but time still stopped.
So the offer that the dark power gave me was basically just like, if I control the tap, then I control the vampire.
Yeah, so it's basically you let Corey feed on you, but he will make it so you can't run out of blood.
Does it mean that he wouldn't be able to feed on other people though?
I'll probably
Because
get,
that,
I'll probably
like,
get
if
all
you can go
fucked
to
up
other
and
people,
addicted
that's
to your
not
weird
control.
demon
Yeah.
blood.
He's basically it's that Corey's gonna get addicted to your weird demon blood.
Give me
is
your
what's-
Okay.
blood.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
If I understand if I understand the situation, like basically like the way to control this creature is to be the only thing that it feeds from.
Yeah.
And to have
And-
like that power.
So the trickster's just like, yeah, you'll just always have blood in you. It'll be fine.
So always have blood in you. That sounds great. Thanks, trickster. You're super weird and gross, and I'm scared right now. I think that like I might just like not notice for a moment when time resumes until Corey starts moving and like his proximity like makes my decision for me. I'm just like, fuck, and I just like stay frozen and yeah, let him go for
And
it.
let him do it. Yeah.
Why-
So I think you have to actually say the word yes out loud.
Do I?
Yeah.
Perfect. I think you're talking to me, of course.
Okay, so I say yes, and I'm talking to the demon, but you think I'm
Of
talking to
course you are. Yeah.
Okay.
I would also like to state that once I reach Gavin, whatever Gavin's doing in the hallway at this point, I do the same thing I did getting there, all the way back, like I'm trying to get him to follow.
Right.
To
Oh my
the
god, Gavin's gonna
fucking
come out and kick the
bathroom.
shit out of me too.
Yeah, exactly.
And like Gavin, you can see like a little bit of water that's like not really the right color, like washing out under the door. There's like a little bit of it seeping out.
Oh damn. Okay, cool. This is great.
Yeah,
My
and
doctor
so
resolve feeding, and then I'll turn up in a second. Do the mechanics. of
Sure,
it.
yeah. So
So what
the
is
feeding,
this?
we both
the
mark
feeding
experience because I've never
Okay.
fed off you before.
So I get experience? Yeah.
Yeah, we both do. And then I choose. I'm gonna choose you don't die. I
Oh.
won't kill you.
Well, technically, you don't have to choose that because I can't, says the trickster. But you don't know that.
Right.
I got.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, the mechanics you can't like.
Adam, you don't get to choose. You're alone with him.
And you're in your
You're
darker self.
Right.
So
Okay.
let's make sure we're honoring that.
Well, so I guess this is the thing, right? Is like you feed to the point of death whenever you're alone with someone, and yeah, even if I don't know that I'm.
To be fair, yeah, you don't necessarily know whether you're alone or not because you know I was there,
Sure.
and there's nothing to denote that I've left.
I like
But
I like
also,
the idea
he's like-
that
But if he is alone,
I like the idea that I don't think about it because I'm my darkest self. So I just
That's
like
totally
I'm
that's
like
totally,
fuck you, and I like drink all your blood, but there's just more. Like
Yeah, like this is the first time ever that you like you start like vomiting blood back up because you can't control yourself.
right.
so you just keep going, and I'm, just
I'm
like,
gonna
going
take.
until the point
I get
of,
to
like,
I get to make my choices. So if I had healed any harm, I would have I would have healed it, and I take +1 forward on my next roll. And yeah, I think at one point, like I come up from feeding, and I'm like coughing, I cough blood, like your own blood in your face,
Yeah, like
Oh,
there's
God.
too much of it.
and I'm like, what the fuck? And you're just like bleeding from your neck.
and I'm
Yeah,
just.
like, and Micah, it hurt a lot. Like it
Okay.
hurt a lot.
Okay.
And there's like this like huge wound on your neck because he was just like
Not controlling
frenziedly
himself at all,
gnawing on it. It wasn't just like poke. It was just like
Well,
your neck's like hanging open.
and the fucked up thing is that like I can't control myself, so I just go back for more, right? Like I only stopped because I couldn't breathe or whatever, and then I was just like, and then I like look back at you again, and like my
Jesus.
sunglasses have fallen off, they're on the floor. Your blood is all over my face. Yeah.
Oh
Adam,
my
it is the
god.
best you have ever had.
Oh yeah. I want more. Give me.
It's simply the best.
So how do you get out of your darkest self?
I have to be put in my rightful place by someone more powerful than me.
I have a feeling that might actually choose
And Gavin
love.
comes in the door.
Yeah, that's when I
What do
like
you
push
do?
the door open tentatively, and then like my eyes just like go so wide.
Yeah, because the floor is covered in water that is now like pretty much as much blood as water. Like it's this horrifying mess.
Holy fuck.
And like up the white, like sterile white walls, there's all this like spattered like little bits of blood that are like running down the wall and all this kind of stuff. It's just like this gory red mess inside of the sterile white and like teal bathroom.
And when you bust in, Gavin, the look that I have on my face is like almost helpless. Like I'm like, oh god, help me! Like I can't stop. Like I look at you like, ah, and then I like try to go in and like bite Micah again.
Yeah.
I'm just, like I don't want. This is painful. I don't want more of this. So I'm gonna try and resist you.
Are you screaming at this point? Like, am I seeing you in pain?
I think the whole point was that I didn't want to attract attention, but I'm definitely in pain, so I might be like whimpering. But I
And,
like.
your neck is all like torn open. It's like there's this very obvious like massive trauma to it.
Squirting.
We're going, we're going straight for it. This is fucked up. I don't have time to think about it. I'm just gonna like
Holy
grab
shit.
Rory into like a massive bear hug. I'm just gonna lash at it.
Just crush him.
You can see
Make it-
Micah's like windpipe vibrating as
Oh
he's
god!
in pain because it's exposed.
God fucking
Right.
damn it! Dark power bullshit.
Can I just say, as the I feel like I have to interject because I just don't exist.
Yeah, do it.
But as this blood water sort of like pools out in the hallway, you can see like where I'm standing because like
Yeah,
it's
there's, like, the
flowing
two
around
of-
my feet, sort of thing. Yeah,
Totally.
I'm like outside the door, like looking in at all this, like holy fuck.
And so, like, yeah, the like blood wave going into the hallway is like split into 3 parts at your
Yeah.
feet. So it's like,
Okay. You're trying to grab him, right?
yeah. So you're laughing.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna use numbing it out and give the dark power a 5th string in order to remove harm.
Great.
Yeah.
So that triggers your darkest self, and we'll get to that. Gavin, you do your move.
Okay. Right. I chose that I was gonna +1 on my volatile when I made my character because you just +1 something, and I was like, yeah, that seems fun.
Yep. Great.
So yeah, I'm gonna lash out physically. Let's do that. Let's press the buttons. All right. Got a 9.
Okay. Now you can make it. You can make it a 10 because you have a. Do you have a string? You have a string on me. Everybody has. No, I have strings on everybody, but you have strings on me. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
You can bump it
that
to
up.
10.
All right. All right.
So as you're like rushing to grab me, I probably start saying something like "Get your hands off me, nerd," but I don't get to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other way you could get that bonus, Dave, is that you can just pick up the little shit. He has that condition.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I
anyway.
think I'm doing something really good. I think I'm being a hero.
Yeah, you're
So-
saving the popular guy.
Totally.
Okay.
I'm super dying right now in your mind, but like just bleeding and still bleeding and bleeding some more. Like,
So Adam, you take harm as appropriate for Gavin grabbing you, which I assume will be
I feel like it's 1.
you deal them harm and choose 1. The harm is great, which would be add 1 or gain a string. Okay.
or that they need to hold steady before they can retaliate.
Okay.
And it's
Which
up
one do
to
you choose, Dave?
Dave chooses for Gavin. So
I think it makes most sense if I do great harm because that's gonna mean that like you're getting put in your place. I literally just
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're doing the one where I have to like you're literally holding me.
yeah, the hold steady one feels very appropriate. But you get to choose 2 on a 10 plus, don't you?
It says you deal them and you choose 1.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
deal
so
the
it's
harm
just
to
1.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So I'll deal you a harm, and you're gonna have to hold steady before you retaliate. I pick you up in a bear hug and just
Yeah,
like
that's great.
kind of
Just
brush you and like pull you away.
Can I run away? I don't want to retaliate. I just want to flee. I want to get the fuck out of
Oh,
here.
running away is an option, but have you been put in your place?
Yeah, because I'm trying to run away.
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
Great. So your darkest self ends and you go to run away?
Yeah, so you grab me and pick me up, and I like take like a shuddering breath. My fangs like flick back into my mouth, and I like try to squeeze out of your grip before you crush me, so I can get out of here.
Okay.
So let me roll with volatile here, and I've got strings, so I might use them if I fail at this because I really do want to get out of here.
Watching in horror.
Okay, all right. So I got an 8. And so on a 7 and 9, you get away but choose 1. You cause a big scene, you run directly into something worse, or the scariest person there gets a string on me. I'm gonna choose not to cause a big scene and not run into something worse. So, Gavin, you big scary monster, you can take.
Who decides what the scariest thing is?
I do, I think.
Okay, because the trickster is there too.
If it's like Apocalypse World, the fact that I'm choosing to be the most scared of Gavin
Yeah.
makes him
Yeah.
the scariest thing. Yeah, so I'm more scared of Gavin.
That's legit too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Get the fuck out of here, and you can take a string on me.
And like in this moment when I'm bleeding out and my windpipe is exposed and Gavin is there and Corey is running away and I'm like panicking, what did I just do? Like I obviously feel like the most important thing for me is to heal. So I was giving that 1 string
Right.
to the dark power and becoming
Can I do like a vampire thing yet, or can I just like instead of like squeezing away and running off, can I just turn into mist when he like crushes me?
I feel like you would turn into rats or something.
Sure, that
Some
works
kind
too.
of, like,
Yeah,
rodent.
any like just like
Yeah.
a swarm of rats that like
gross.
flee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you're kind of a rat bastard. That feels appropriate.
Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah. So you squeeze me, and I pop into like a bunch of like black rats and just like scurry away.
And yeah, all that Gavin's left holding is his jacket.
God damn it, my jacket! You
But
fucker.
you have to ditch the jacket. But you're just like, "Pfft." And yeah, it's all these rats that like run over Gavin's body and then like down his legs and out through the blood puddle and like leave these little blood footprints. They, like,
Awesome.
spread everywhere.
Cool.
That's great.
Okay. Cool.
And then let's come into the bathroom. We've got Micah going into his darkest self.
And it heals up to 2 harm, right? So would that heal
so
my
like your
harms?
neck closes, but then can you read your darkest self and we'll figure out what this is going
Yes, my darkest self is you can't get what you need anymore. The world has left you cold and alone, shivering in the wake of your own addictions. The dark power will make some open-ended demands of you, and it will promise you some lucrative and perhaps volatile things in return. Every demand you fulfill brings you a little closer to feeling whole again, to rekindling the fire in your heart. Whenever you fulfill these demands, remove a string it holds on you. You escape your darkest self when the dark power has no more strings on you, or when you agree to an even worse bargain with an even more dangerous dark power.
And let's take our last break.
Yeah, that's a really good call. Cool.
Sounds
Satan's got you by the left testicle, and now we're
Let's
gonna
go
see
on
each
a
other square in the
break.
way. Let's take a short break here. We'll come back in a couple minutes, and we'll finish her off. We'll see what the rest of the day carries for us.
Oh my gosh.
So stick around. More teenage monster weirdness when we come back.